Welcome back everyone to our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager. So we took care of a lot of different things in our last video during the off season. So now it is time to get back to racing. Now Milan has not been one of our stronger tracks in the past. And part of that is because it's the first race of the season and we always have to deal with so many reliability issues. With that in mind, we're going to be taking it very easy. We're not going to worry about tire temps. We're going to just take it easy and try to make these parts last as long as possible and do as few repairs as possible during the race. So with that in mind, we'll be choosing 4th or above. And obviously, if we can do that, it will drop this cost per race down considerably. This is huge. Now, I'm hoping to be able to choose this first in class some during the year. That'd be awesome. But we'll have to see how the year goes and how strong we end up being. Okay, let's do our normal 3, 6, and 6. And let's make sure we've got the parts we want on the cars where we want them. Of course, car number 2 is going to be in big time trouble in this first race and probably for the first few races until we get all of the reliability where we want it on car number 1. So far, so good. All right, everything's looking good. Okay, that's where we want it. So let's head to the track. All right, practice and qualifying are now done, and it was sort of a mixed bag. We'll start with the good. The good is we're on the pole. Qualifying went very well. Both of our cars are in the top 4 starting positions, top 4, maybe 5. I can't remember exactly about car number 2, but we're starting great with both cars. However, practice did not go so well, and that's where I was trying to get a better idea about our race pace, and we were down the board a little bit. I still think we can achieve that 4th or above on the sponsor objectives, but it's going to be close, I think, if practice is any indication. So we'll take a look at our knowledge bonuses. We've got level 2 race trim and medium tire bonuses, so that's very good. With the actual race, we're going to start off with hard tires on car number 1 because I'm going to try to stretch and see how long I can get this first stint. Remember, our fuel, because we're not going to be pushing the engine, we're going to have better fuel mileage, much better fuel mileage, in fact. So I'm going to go with the hard tire and try to match that up a little bit better and just see what we can get out of this first stint. The second car, they don't really have the stamina to do a 2-stop strategy, so we're going to plan on a 3-stop strategy and see how that goes. So what I've done there is I've taken a little bit of fuel out to sort of match up with the tire and hopefully help out a little bit with their speed. Setups were perfectly fine. Everything is going to be in the yellow, and I do not estimate taking it out of the yellow unless I have to actually reduce the driving style due to tire heat issues. But there will be no pushing because that destroys the parts, and we simply don't have the reliability to afford to do that right now. So we're going to see how things work out. This is always one of the most stressful races of the season because instead of getting to really push things and seeing what kind of speed the cars got, we are forced to sort of lay back a little bit. Or at least that's the strategy that I choose to go with. All right, so here we go. Race starting. We are 1st and 4th. All right, so we know these guys, the AI, are going to be pushing hard. So if we lose positions, that's really not going to be all that shocking to me. But once again, we're just going to try to survive in this race. And you can see those guys are eating it up. I see one set of soft tires up in the front. We know they are definitely not going for a 2-stop strategy. Or even a 3-stop, really, most likely. So, all right, so right now we're just going to ride it out. I'm going to try not to look at the tire heat because that will tempt me to want to push some. But again, that is not where we're going with this particular race, even though I know that comes with its own disadvantages of running the tire temps low. All right, so I do estimate having to do at least 2 to 3 repairs on car number 2, at least, maybe more. But Car number 1, I'm hoping to get by without doing any, but something tells me that's probably not realistic. Okay, so far, hey, so good. We're in the top 4, even though we are not pushing at all. All right, looks like we're about to fall back to 5th. Yeah, there we go. But those are 2 cars that have soft tires on, so I'm not worried about them. They are on a much different strategy than us. Let's see, no weather. There was definitely weather in both practice and qualifying. So far, no indications of any weather coming. Okay, and I like our pace with both cars so far. Again, we'll get a much better indication as we move forward once we get all this reliability stuff out of the way at the real speed of our cars. But for right now, I'm happy with what we're doing, not pushing. All right, let's see what the guys around us are doing. Nobody's really pushing on the driving style right now. We got a few pushing the engine. But of course, they swap up so quickly and so many times per lap, it's hard to keep track. All right, so our goal here, as much as we would like to win or finish on the podium, our goal here is just do the best we can and hopefully get at least one car in the top 4. Okay, we're coming to about the time that the soft tires will have to come in for a pit stop. The good news there is they have tons of speed and they have opened up a nice gap. Okay, let's look at the lap times. We're running low 27s, and that's pretty good. Pretty good, except for I see a couple of cars that are running better laps consistently than that. But overall, not too bad. All right, we're getting closer to our first pit stop for car number 2 as we approach. We're now 39 minutes in. But as always, the real trick to this race will come down to the very end where we see who does repairs and who doesn't. All right, so Ham is going to run right down to his red zone to get us to that 45 minutes. All right, so it's time to load up his first pit stop. And we'll put Tang in the car. We'll go mediums. Fuel, let's see. So he used about 29 to 30 on the fuel. All right, so we'll give him about 30. That lines up pretty good with the fuel. Remember, we're getting much better fuel mileage. I actually want to give him a little bit more than that. We don't want to run it down quite as far. All right, part condition. Let's go ahead and just bite the bullet and do a couple of these. Wow. Okay, let's just go ahead and do those. Okay, that will definitely push us way back, but we'll see what we can do there. All right, oh, and we've got errors. A mistake on the front jack, only 3.7 seconds, so it could be worse, but still, mistakes are killer on pit road. We just cannot afford those. All right, so looking at it right now, we're 51 minutes in. We're starting to run low on stamina, but everything else is looking good. The tires are looking really good. All right, and now we are actually among those who have made a pit stop or have not made a pit stop yet. We are leading, so that's good. Good, you can see 14th position. They are coming into the pits here shortly. And there they go. They peel off right there. So as we approach that first 1 hour mark, this gives you an idea of who's going to try to make this on 2 pit stops, and it doesn't look like very many are going to even attempt it. Alright, so we're right down. Let's see, we'll come in next time by as we pass by the mark. So good driver form, 8.7. That's excellent. That's what we're looking for. We'll go back on the hard tire. Fuel options, of course, we want to fill it up. Let's look at our part conditions. So far, so good. We'll see how that looks on our next pit stop. Okay, worn tires, which 30% is definitely not worn on the hard tire. So we got plenty of tire life remaining. Okay, we need a good clean pit stop. And looks like we got it. Yes, no mistakes. We'll take that and we'll start round number 2. So again, I see a couple of soft tires, so we're not worried about them. They are on a different strategy. All right, so far, so good. We seem to be, in fact, we may be the only car that's going to try to do this on a 2-stop strategy. So I think we can actually do it on a 2-stop strategy as far as driver stamina, fuel, and as well as the tires. So I think we're fine there. The question, of course, as it always is with the first couple of races of the season, can we make it with our parts reliability? Okay, we got more pit stops happening. All right, I noticed that they went from the soft tires, the AI went straight to the hard tire. So it looks like they're going to try to extend this next stint as long as they can. But of course, they're not going to be able to extend it as far as they need to get anywhere close to us on the number of pit stops. Let's take a quick glance and see how much anybody is pushing. Looks like they're pushing some, but again, they change up quite a bit per lap. And I definitely do not have the desire to try to swap them up very often. Okay, but overall, looks like the AI, they're not pushing all that much. You see a few red icons pop up there every now and then, but generally not for very long. Alright, so now we're coming up on pit stop number 2 for car number 2 as they're approaching their 45-minute mark. And basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take them all the way down to very close to the red, because we've definitely got the fuel left and we've got the tire left. 23% is not bad for the medium tire. Okay, so we'll prepare here in the next lap or 2 for our pit stop, as he has clearly done his job in getting us to 45 minutes in his stint. So he's done a very good job there, and we will set up a pit stop next time by. Okay, so now we got our new driver who's going to be coming in, and we're going to put her on the medium tires. Fuel, let's go ahead with what's the tire choice? Let's see, 39. Okay. Oops. Let's go down here, 39. Let's just give her a little bit more fuel, just because I want to make sure I know she can make it to the end. Part condition. All right, let's try to press our luck here and see what this looks like for our next pit stop on this car. Would really like it if we could make it from here to the end without having to do any more repairs on that car. All right, I see repairs going on one of the cars, so that's definitely going to move them back. Okay, let's move back over to Lee in car 1 as he is just motoring right along on our two-stop strategy. If we take a look at the condition of our parts, yeah, we're definitely getting down low on some of these, particularly the brakes. The brakes are the lowest. The question is, will that 41% last for the remainder of the race? That question is going to be, the answer to that question is going to be worth a lot of points. All right, so you see the medium tires going past us there, but they're almost ready to make another pit stop because they have about run out of tire. There we go. We got more pit stops starting. So we're in that cycle now. Now we see who is only made the one stop. And let's see if they can make it to roughly that 1 hour mark here. I see another pit stop. So it looks like they're not going to be able to make it. Okay, so now it's down to 3 of us, and I see more soft tires there, so they're definitely not going to be able to go very much farther. Their tires are almost worn out. All right, now the condition issues are going to start on car 2 for the parts that we have not fixed to this point. Now we're down to 2 cars that have only made the one stop. And all right, here we go. We got some weather coming. So we got some folks that have already gone on to the inters. And let's see, how do we want to play this? How long do we wait before we come in? That's the real question. And it looks like it's going to be raining for a while. Okay, we are in the lead. All right, and we are at a point now where we could make our final pit stop, weather issues aside, and swap out drivers and all of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Next time by, we'll set that up. We'll put Petra in the car. Tire choice will be inters. This will be a touch early, but not too terribly much. All right, fuel options. We're going to go ahead and fill her up. Part condition. Wow. Okay. I'm going to try to make it to the end. I'm going to try to do, let's see, pit stop time 65, 71. Well, we might as well take that chance. Who knows? We could end up with that being a bad move if we get a huge penalty, but let's see what we get. Okay. So far, so good. All right, good. Now we'll set up our pit stop for, let's see. Wow. This is not terribly good. Yep, not terribly good because of our situation with the drive time. So let's go ahead and make the swap. We might have to come back in a little bit later. Of course, I feel like we might have to come back in anyway. All right, how long will these tires even last? Wow, 43 laps. Not sure how long the rain is going to last for these tires, but we'll go ahead and give it about 30 on the fuel. And part condition. Yeah, we're going to have to repair this at least. And okay, we'll try to get by with just that. for now, but I think we're going to be coming back in again for car number 2. All right, here we go. So these guys up at the front are staying out, which is so far not the worst thing you can do on the hard tires, but now they're coming into the pits and I see repairs being done. Now that puts us up into 2nd position. Alright, so right now we are, doesn't look like we have the speed of those in front of us. Wow, they are really pushing that engine. Yikes, that's, yeah, you can get some speed that way. Alright, but you can see here, clearly, we are well ahead of 3rd. So if we can just continue to run this pace, it's not going to get us a victory as things stand right now. But if we look at the condition, we're going to have condition issues all over the place at the very end of this race. So the question remains, realistically, is this weather going to continue? And it looks like it is. Do we need to come in and change on full wets? I don't think so, but it's close. It is going to be close. All right, so we've got what we've got, and we have a nice, huge lead. And part of me is thinking about backing off a little bit more just to try to save these parts. You can see now we're down. We got 2 parts in the 30s. Ooh, we are pushing it very close. All right, let's go ahead and let's do a little bit of conserving right now. All right, everybody has gone to full wets. Wow. I don't know about that. Let's see what the lap times tell us. Seriously? That much difference? Are you kidding me? We got to come in for tires then. Tires, let's go full wets. And that's it. No repairs. Wow. I knew it was right at that level, but I didn't know it was going to be that much difference in lap time. All right, so now we'll bring our other car in, put on wets, and let's see about our drivers. Well, it wouldn't hurt to swap out drivers anyway. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, put on, we shouldn't need any more fuel. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine on fuel. Ooh, yikes. Okay, we got to repair that. Man. Okay, now I'm going to try not to repair anything else. We'll just take the chance. We're at a point now where I don't think it's worth it to make those repairs to get us in if we want to get into the points. If we don't get into the points, then it doesn't matter anyway. Okay, can we please go to the driver that is actually moving? Thank you. Okay, let's go back to neutral here. So you can see we're just outside of where we need to be. So our hope at this point is that we have some more folks that need to either drop out due to parts going bad, or they have to come in and do some fixes. Okay, let's take a look at our condition. And okay, looks like we're going to make it. Looks like it anyway. All right, in fact, I'm going to try to push this engine a little bit. We're at 31%. We got 14 minutes left. All right, oh, now we got parts that are dropping. Yeah, you can see sometimes, yeah, it's just not worth it. More pit stops for more fixes. And now we got about 11 minutes, and we hope that these parts make it. that far. Looks like a couple of guys have come in and changed back onto enters. But with 8 minutes left, I can't see that paying off. I wouldn't mind a few of the AI cars doing that, though. All right, we're now down to 6 minutes, and I almost hate to even look at the condition as quickly as that can degrade once you get into the red. All right, I see pit stops happening. Wow, 3 pit stops happening. Now, I did not see that coming. Definitely did not see that coming. That many pit stops. So looks like we got a shot here. If we can make it to the end. All right, not bad. Look at that. We have way too much fuel here in car number 1. Oh, look at that. We just missed out right at the end with a podium. That's my fault. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Not that there was going to be a whole lot I could do about it anyway, because they were coming hard on the enters, but I mean, look how close that was. Still, I will take it. I will take it. This is the race that I hate running anyway, so I'm not going to worry a whole lot about it. All right, scrutineering, not an issue, probably for anybody realistically. All right, so we survived. We didn't get a whole lot of points, as you can see, but again, not worried about that. Let's get these first couple of races out of the way. Let's get rid of all of these reliability issues, and then we can go racing on speed and see what happens. That's where it gets fun. All right, driver form, not bad. Not bad. A little bit of a morale hit on these guys, but overall, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Okay, driver form, not quite as good on car number 2. And again, morale hits there as well. But we only lose 237,000. Huge. That is awesome. All right, so as we move through these last few screens, that does a lot for us. We get through, we just sort of survive that race. That's really all I care about with that. And we got the money that we needed, so we ended up with that race costing us very little funds. And what that does is that opens us up with some more possibilities to spend this money. We know we're going to be working on new parts as the season goes on, but it might open us up to do yet another HQ upgrade. So love those. Again, thinking about the future, that's what we're here to do, and then we'll get to the A-Class when we get there. But that's going to do it for now. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned for more of our Let's Play series of Motorsport Manager.